Cheers. Just a random hangout on a Sunday arvo for me. Sunday early hours for you.
Yeah,
Have you already got a beer cracked or
I
just
do.
about to
Yeah,
roll?
no, I've got Rivington and Glasshouse collaboration. It's a brewed at Glasshouse. This one,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's called New Terrain, and
yep,
it's a Nectaron Citra Motorwaker Idaho 7 Citradina
yep.
Boost, 6.5% IPA.
Oh yeah. Have you had this one before?
No, brand new beer. It's
Yeah,
only come out in the last 3 weeks.
cool. I have. I've got VBs for later on, right? But I've got two just basic crafties. I would like you to pick which one I have first. I have
Uh,
a dark lager from Blackman's.
okay,
Blackman's are based in Torquay, which is near Geelong, so not far from where I am.
okay.
And then I have from a place you visited, Boat Rocker. I've got a watermelon and lime sour beer.
I was going to say boat rocker, but now you said it's a sour. You can't start with a sour. That just seems to be silly.
So yeah, I reckon I'll go the black lager first.
Yeah, probably the most sensible choice.
Yeah. Ah, good to see you, bro. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's just as I say, just been busy.
Yeah. Did
Um,
you like my picture I put up, Stevie
yeah, I saw
G?
the thumbnail. It dropped down there. We're not going to be winning any European titles anytime soon. I doubt. I don't think we'll win the
Yeah.
derby tomorrow. Well, today
Yeah.
technically. But
No,
yeah,
because I was wondering what picture to put up, and then when I wrote the hashtags, I randomly wrote Melbourne and Liverpool, and then it just made me think of Stevie G.
yeah, that well-known Melbourne player. I can stay on for a couple of beers. I say I probably have to go to bed at 6 just because I've got to drive to go do some shopping
Yeah,
at 11. The
totally
time.
understandable. I'm surprised you're still up now, bro.
WrestleMania only finished at like 2:30, quarter to 3. So I've only been up
Yeah.
an hour and 15 longer, really.
Oh, that smells really chocolatey. It smells real
Oh,
good.
it's I bet it's going to taste better than mine. I was really looking forward to this, and it's really sweaty. Is the
Yeah,
best way I can describe it. It's dank, but not in a good way, in a
yeah.
sweaty socks way.
Gym socks.
hmm And it what's more annoying is it's got that Idaho 7 thing right at the back of that big tangerine earthy hit is at the
Yep.
back. It's just sweaty socks in the forefront.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what's the point?
So you're getting what you really want right at the end, but in the forefront, it's this off-putting flavour.
Yeah, which is really weird
Yeah.
because if Nectron is the main hop in this, I've never got sweaty socks from Nectron. It's very
Yep.
very unusual.
Mm. And I don't know. When I've had nectar on, I'm not a big fan. It's the same with peach Shireen. There's a few of those particular hops that don't do it for me.
Mm.
I'm still undecided with like even like Rakow and Rawaka and some of those as well.
Yeah, I remember Rob Hopkins saying he really hates Ruwaka. He gets like a smoky bacon flavor, and I've never got that
Yeah,
from Ruwaka. I get like
yeah,
a tea, earthy, but not bacon. I don't know. I don't.
yeah.
It's probably my palate.
Yeah, I sort of get like earthy and stone fruit, and I don't
Yeah.
know, there's just something about it. It doesn't. Quite often, it's paired with like hops I like, so you don't notice it as much. But definitely, my picks with New Zealand is Motorweg and Nelson, Southern Cross,
Yeah.
the ones that sort of come out previously, not the brand new ones. Cheers,
And
Angie, and cheers, Dan.
cheers.
Oh no, sorry, that's not Angie. That's Stealth. Cheers, Stealth. I just seen the picture and thought it was Angie.
Isn't Angie's picture a picture of her and Stealth's a
Yeah,
picture
no,
of a dragon?
like when you look at, I know that sounds bad. When you look at it from my laptop, real small, it looks like a photo of a lady.
A
That's
lady
the
dragon.
drag. which makes it even funnier.
Uh,
From where I am, it's like a picture with the lady's
yeah.
face.
No, it's like a wolf dragon of some variety, where it's like a multicolored falcor almost.
That's funny. Hopefully she doesn't see that.
I'm going to clip it and just play it every time.
So yeah, one thing with Blackman's, When Ren was younger, I think he brewed in Germany or Czech or somewhere. So he
Yeah.
really perfected, like he's really good with lagers. He's really good with West Coast, but he's still working on his hazies. And yeah, like I'll have like a dark lager or something from the brewery, and like you sort of forget how good his lagers are. So yeah, I'm probably thinking this beer's just going to be, oh yeah, nothing special, but it's probably going to rock myself. It smells fucking amazing. It's like huge chocolate and then like a charry edge to it. It's almost like I feel like it's going to be like a Schwartz beer sort of thing.
Yeah.
Mm. But it's still really, really cold. Like it's fucking ice cold. I feel like it needs to warm up a little bit.
Okay. I haven't got many German beers in at the minute. I've got the Grzycki, and I've got not a German beer as such. It's a British brewed Doppelbock, but it's like 11.9% Doppelbock.
God.
It's only in a 330 bottle, so it's fine. But
Yeah.
that's a mad one. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd want it like if it's not boozy, it'll be brilliant because it'd be malty as fuck. But yeah, hopefully it's not boozy.
I can't see it not being boozy. I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
ice distilled it because it's a very tiny brewery.
Yeah. Anyway, I better have a sip of this bad boy.
Hopefully, it's not as sweaty as mine.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Cheers
get
again,
that,
Paul. There you go. It's good to see you, Adam.
yeah. I've spoke to Paul a long time ago. Not for a long time though.
Mm.
He used to do a live. I used to join now and again.
Yeah.
Especially when Craig was doing the full Craig, when he was trying to do
The full Canadian experience.
Yeah, it does a UK stream, an American stream, and a Canadian stream.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there was no Aussie stream to do then, but he could have done. He probably could have done it.
Yeah, I was doing that for a while, but it sort of doesn't really happen now. There's not.
No.
It sort of breaks up when it gets. I mean, now it's only really Simo that does the constant UK streams, and then in the US, there's not really anyone doing anything that regularly.
Well, Harry's super busy, so he doesn't really do it. I know Craig's reducing his drinking down, so that doesn't.
Yeah.
So
If I was willing to get up early on a Saturday, I reckon, or even one of the other guys, if I reckon in the group chat, if I had said, "Oh, look, I'm going to get up early and go live," I reckon like at least you or Jake or Rob or someone would be keen. There'd always be someone up for it. But yeah, it just got to a point with me because Craig wasn't doing them regularly anymore. It wasn't enough for me to now get out of bed early to have a drink. I'm like, fuck it. I'd rather just have a decent sleep. And yeah, I don't know. With Simos, too often there's people on there that I'm not that fussed about.
Yeah, I made that. I made that clear before.
Yeah.
I like Buddy. I like him on his own, but in combination with Escobar, the two of them together, I can't deal with.
Yeah.
They just talk absolute nonsense.
Oh, baby, that is good.
I'm glad you got a good one.
Yeah.
And I even chuck this away.
Thing when you drink a beer like this, like you've got it in your fridge and you consider reviewing it, And in the back of your head, you're like, oh, fuck it. It's cheap. It's local. It's easy to get another one. So
Hmm.
it's always the best beer to go for if you're going to drink something you're not sure of, like just on a random like this and not review it because you know you can easily get it again and it's not going to cost you much.
Yeah.
Mm.
Finally got those bloody reviews up in the end of the Australian beers. Took between me and Harry to sort it out because he had phone problems and I didn't have the files, so I couldn't do it. So we did that collaboration thing you can now do on YouTube, which is sort of good and sort of bad. I don't know why it doesn't show on, but all channels that are collaborating with it, that makes it.
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes up in the feed, it only really shows the one channel.
Yeah, it's only on the description bit. It's the two. It's very strange. I don't know why it doesn't go in the feed, but not on the videos. That would make more sense, but it doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
Cheers, Craig. So Craig's one of many friends that's doing this hop harvest thing in Sydney this weekend. What they do is they just go around all the breweries in that Marrickville area, and it's like a checklist of beers they have to tick off, and then they get a T-shirt. I'm so jealous. It just looked like such a great weekend for it as well. So yeah, it's just like a community thing. All the breweries were pumping with people. It's great when they do that stuff together and everyone gets involved.
Yeah,
Especially
cool.
like what it's like at the moment.
Right, I'll give you an option for my next beer because I'll have to get out of the fridge. A rye beer.
Yeah.
An IPA. Or a sour. I finish on a sour. But I'm happy to do any of those three.
What sour is
it? Something silly.
Yeah.
Probably give
When
you
you say a rye, like a red rye or something.
No, it's just described as a rye beer.
Yeah, get that out.
Okay. Oh.
Status Batch Brewing Celebration Elsie the Milk Stout. Cool, man. What's been some of your picks of the session, Craig? I was telling Boydo he needs to try some Czech Pilsners at Kicks. He needs to try the biggest IPA he can get at Bracket. And I said when he's at Future to try the Track Collab and the Danconia.
No. I haven't tried the Track Future yet. We've got loads. There's loads of beers out for Track at the minute. So this was the rye beer, and it's from. Oh, am I reversed? Is that showing the right way around for you? Or...
Yep.
Ah, it's showing the wrong way around for me. That's strange.
That's weird.
So Puhala, and it's the rye ale.
Yep.
So
yeah, cool.
And it's got some sort
last
of
beer I had from them was a collab with Weinstefan, and it was a Munich wine.
Okay. It's like a Munich Hells and a barley wine.
Yeah.
Don't know how that would work. Yeah, so this is 5.9, so we're going slightly lower. I wouldn't have mind having something high before, but now I'll have to sort of keep it low because I'll have to essay driving 7 hours or something like that. Get a couple of hours kit. I've had a nap. I had a nap before WrestleMania, so I'm not actually that tired.
That would have been a good move. You probably would have fell asleep halfway through otherwise.
Yeah, I had about three and a bit hours. So I had like 9. I went to sleep about 9. WrestleMania kicked off at 11, but there's so much bump in the first hour. I sort of slept through until about 20 past 11. And then I watched the beginning, and then I could speed through some of the adverts and stuff.
Yeah.
To catch up. Oh. The sour was going to be a Azvex silly one.
Oh, yeah.
It's been in the back of the fridge for ages.
Yep. There you go. So Craig's met Boydo. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
I've not had a good black IPA for ages. I've had a couple of bad ones, but not had a good one for ages. When Harry came up before we went to the Isle of Man last week, we did 9 red ales between us. just nine different didn't stream it or anything. We just sat and talked and just did 9. Some were red IPAs, some were red ales. Yeah, just did 9. We did them in ABV order. So the lowest was Thornbridge. I've done Red Mountain. So that obviously the Green Mountain's the New England Session flagship beer now. Not well, Jaipur and that. So they've done a red version, and it was brilliant. It's only 4, I think 4.8 or something like that.
It's pretty funny how Josh has been getting their stuff in America.
Thornbridge are really good at you'd probably get some in Australia. I know Hugh got some when he was in Mexico. They go everywhere. It's mainly Jaipur though. That's the problem. It's mainly Jaipur, and it's mainly little cans or bottles, and it's like just do some bigger cans.
So what was the bigger one out of the reds that you and Harry had?
Biggest one was from Baron, and it was an 8.4% red dipper.
Yeah.
It was good. It was probably like the second or third best out of the 9.
Yeah.
But it was definitely boozy, even at 8.4.
It would have been unreal just drinking all these beers with just this huge toffee.
Yeah. Well,
I just can't. I've never done that before. It's something I'm keen to try.
The Polly's one was mental. The Polly's one described itself as a new, what is it? It was a new red ale, and it was basically tasted like a New England IPA, but looked like a red ale. It was mad. It was just mad. You just go. I said we were drinking it. I said to him, "If you close your eyes now, that's a New England IPA." And he went, "Yeah." I went, "I don't know what the hell they've done here. They're just you can't taste the malt at all. They put that much hops in it. It's just what's the point in doing a red ale? Just do a 6% pale ale or a 6% session IPA."
I was just about to ask what's a red IPA that Sierra Nevada does, but that's that Celebration, isn't it?
Celebration, yeah. Still kicking around from last year. Well, from what was it, December?
And I'm sort of annoyed that Sierra Nevada had to pull out of Australia because it was starting to get excited. I'm like, yes, we'll start getting more of their beers, and then because what I've had from them, I don't know, I've really enjoyed, especially when you get a limited release Optimum Fresh or something like that. But
they bring stuff to the UK. It goes sells out dead quick.
Yeah,
so it's just they bring very very little over. So I don't see a lot of it because it just gets sold. Like Celebration, they'll bring quite a lot over.
Yeah.
Narwhal, they bring quite a lot over. But the odd little releases, they release it on their little UK website, and they'll have 100. So for the whole of the UK, so it'll just sell out. And you're well, I'm never going to get that. It's just so we might as well not get some of the stuff that they bring over.
I just with Sierra Nevada, I just feel like their limited releases, they're fucking massive with malt and hops. There's just so many big ingredients in their beers. And that's why something like their pale ale, even though it's only a lighter beer, it's still packs a massive punch.
Yeah.
It helps because they obviously have their own hop farm and they're probably putting in way more hops than other breweries. And it's cool.
I don't think they own the whole hop farm anymore. I think it's only part owned.
Yeah.
I'm going to rinse the glass out because it still smells sweaty even though I drank it.
Get another the black IPA from Mixtape. Met Boydo this morning. Yeah, fucking oath.
Oh, it's fine. Just rinse it out. It was just a bit of sweat in the bottom.
Craig, they do have a couple of dark festivals. Funnily enough, Future had one recently, and all the guys got together with Future and did either collab beers or dark beers just for the event. Yeah, that went really well. Brady said that they're going to do that again next year, so that's one to look out for. Down here in Victoria, we have a few. We've got one in Ballarat called what's it? I can't think of the name, but it's in like an old railway building, and it looks like the building's really old school. Like, fucking looks so sick. Like, it's got like big open windows up high, and I think it's called Dark. Yeah, I can't think of it. But anyway, I haven't been to it, but a lot of people hype it up, so I'm going to go to it this year. And then Melbourne's had a couple of dark beer events as well. I really like the dark beer events in the winter time. They're good.
We're getting more and more of them in the UK.
Yeah.
Obviously, they do. Northern Monk have done dark and wild for ages, but it became. I haven't been to it, but every time I contemplated going, I speak to someone who's been to the year before, and they always go on about how many sours are there. I'm like, I do not want to do a sour festival. I want to go and do a dark beer festival. So there's one I always do with Rob, more or less every year. I don't know if I'll do it this year. In Halifax, called Back in Black, and that's
a cool name.
It's a cool name, and it's in what they call it's called the Victorian Ale House, and it is this massive pub. You can't like. I'm trying to think that pub that I went to in Sydney that went on the rooftop where you've been. Can't remember what it's called.
Sweeney's.
Yeah, it's probably about the size of 3 Sweeney's. Yeah. That's how big the pub is. It's massive.
Yeah, cool.
But there's no upstairs. You can't get. Well, there is an upstairs, but you can't get upstairs. So it's got these ridiculously high ceilings. But it's in like 3 different compartments. It's ridiculous, and there's only 2 bars in the whole thing, and it's just like all dark beer festival. They had so many of the McKellar, the special ones that McKellar did. Not Beer Geek. Trying to think the name.
As in, are you talking dark beers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the Beer Geeks, but I can't.
No, maybe it wasn't McKellar. It was one of the Danish breweries. They do like a big series of, and they're really expensive dark beers. Yeah. And they had 2 of them on draft, and I was just like, that's just mad. It's like £22 for like a 375. I'm just getting it on draft for £6.
Oh, I reckon I know what beers you're talking about.
I can't remember. Maybe it's not McKellar.
It's the one that they've got like different barrel age versions, and there's like a tequila one and a brandy one, and
yeah.
I can't think of the name of it.
I can't think of the name of the series, but they had 2 of them on keg, and I was just like, that's just mad. They had Imperial Brown Ale from Salt that was 10% on cask, and I was just like, that's just crackers. What audience is that for apart from me? I can't see. But this, by the way, smells like a kvass. It literally smells like a kvass. It's mad. But yeah, dark beer festivals. Me and Peter went to one in Wigan. It was quite small, but it's still good. So whenever you can do a dark beer festival, do them. Cheers.
How'd you go in Isle of Man? Like, it seems like you love it over there.
It's so ridiculously cheap. It's basically
Yeah,
like it's like the 90s in the UK. Apart from
yeah,
they have modern technology, which is mad. It's
yeah,
just like, but like the way people talk, the prices of things, the marketing that they have over there, it's all like from the 90s. It's very weird. It's like stepping back in time. They don't have a proper train. They have a steam train, and the
yeah.
locals got annoyed that the steam train was 4 minutes late. And I'm like,
God.
we have like diesel trains that are like 20 minutes late all the time.
Yeah.
I don't understand
Well,
why
they
you're
don't
angry.
turn up at all.
Yeah,
You got to
but
get on the bus.
and they have buses as well, and it's just it's just a mad place.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. I'm on my phone, so I can't work out what the conversion is. But the lowest pint I paid was a pint of stout on cask that was £3.20 a pint. So that's what, maybe
oh,
$6 something
yeah.
for a proper pint.
That's insane.
It doesn't. They're only
What
low stuff.
like what would be some negatives of Isle of Man?
You don't really get impy stouts. They're very rare.
Yeah,
They had a barley wine on the festival, and there was something wrong with it, and that was 8.4, and that was considered crazy. You won't get like big impies. You'd have to get them. Anything imported from the mainland costs more expensive than here.
yeah,
So it's ridiculous. Like you could get like a local cask lager for £3.20, but then people are buying Heineken for £4.10. I'm like, why are you doing that?
yeah,
It's just um, the tax on the island as well is mad. It's like a 20% flat fee on
yeah.
income tax. And when you get over something like 160 grand, if you're earning more than 160 grand a year, you have to negotiate with the government of the Isle of Man to how much tax you're willing to pay. Uh, it's just a weird place. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful island, but the weather is sometimes beautiful, sometimes horrible. Just like because it's in the Irish Sea.
Yeah. So, like, most people that live there, are they people that have grown up there, like they're from there originally, or
Bit of a mix.
yeah?
Um,
I could imagine you probably have Irish there as well as English, wouldn't you?
Surprisingly, not that much. The Manx accent's weird. The Manx accent is somewhere between it's somewhere between Scouse and Irish,
Yeah.
but doesn't meet either side.
Mm.
Um, the best way I can describe it, it sounded like there's a fella in the centre of Liverpool who is like on I don't know what he's on, some sort of drugs, and he's I don't know if it's that one, that one that like seizes your jaw up,
Yeah. Yeah.
Spice. Um,
Yeah.
the Manx accent is very similar to that. It's just it's just mad. But a lot of people don't have it through Manx accent because they've come over. So like Slurpy's not got a Manx accent because he's from Bury in near Manchester.
Yeah.
Um, and there's a lot of people there's a lot of Southerners that some guy was going, oh, these people coming over, and he's like got a really sort of Cockney wide boy accent. I'm like going, you're not from here either, really, are you? So
Yeah. Yeah. I sort of feel like there'd be a lot of Londoners that are fed up with the city and they're like, fuck it, I'm going to go move to Ireland,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's probably the same. What's the isle that's down in the south there? I had a
Uh,
workmate that was from there.
Jersey,
Nah,
Guernsey.
nah. It's
We have a
called
lot of
Isle of
islands.
something.
Isle of Wight.
That's the one.
Not it is, but it isn't. The Isle of Wight is weird. Like you could build a bridge. It's that close.
Yeah.
Um, it's a very quick
Yeah, I had
ferry. The island.
a workmate that come from there, and he's always skiting about how good it was, and he wasn't happy where he was now. And it's like, well, fucking move back there then. Stop your whinging.
The Isle of Wight is covered by the UK government, so the Isle of Man is different, and same with Jersey and Guernsey. They're what they call protectorates rather than part of the government.
Jersey and Guernsey are down near France, aren't
Yeah, they're in the middle of the channel
they? Yeah.
between France and England. Bless you.
Yeah, I've got this annoying little fucking cough.
Oh, I've actually been all right for the first time in a month. This is a very strange beer. I've just poured a load of yeast in, so it's going to be even
Yeah.
stranger. It's just it tastes like a
What
kvass.
colour is it? What colour you got?
It's like a dark,
brown.
very dark brown.
Yeah.
It's. Do you know sometimes when you get a stout and you go, it's not really a stout because it's not black. That's the
Yeah.
colour of this.
Yeah.
You can tell it's hazy as well.
Yeah. I'm definitely happy with this lager.
Yeah.
It's it's sort of hard to say, but I'd say probably more Schwartz beer.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's a little hard to tell if it's leaning towards like a Marzen or I just feel
for
like
me it's sorry.
yeah, you go.
I was just saying I always tell the difference by if it's a clean finish. If it's not a clean
Yeah.
finish, it's probably a Schwarz beer, but if it's a clean finish, it's more likely a black lager.
Yeah. Just the fact that it's got that charry sort of slightly smoky edge to it. Yum yums. Time for this sour.
I don't like watermelon as well. That's another one that I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. See, I'm a huge lime fan, but watermelon. I do like when they have, you know, how quite often with watermelon, they'll have it paired with like a spice, like a little,
Yeah.
you'll get like a chili note, like a jalapeno or even, what's another thing they'll pair it with?
I've had a black pepper in a watermelon sour before.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Probably should have cleaned the glass, but oh well.
Sour will obliterate anything else that's still in there.
What I normally do if it's like, see, I've had a black lager in there, so I just pour a little bit in and just swirl the fuck around, and then it sort of gets rid of all the other shit.
I tend to do that at festivals. Like, they really should wash your glass out at festivals, but a lot of them don't. So I always get a big. You don't get Volvic in Australia, do you? I can't remember.
What is it?
But I don't know. I just get the cheapest big bottle of water I can. It's not like a litre, something shorter than a litre, 500 ml, 750, whatever. And I'll have that because what I'll do is I find that if I'm clearing my palate out, I might as well pour a bit in and swirl it around and drink that rather than drink it straight from the things and then clearing the glass out as well.
Yeah.
Did that in the Isle of Man Festival because they just had no glass. They had one glass washing thing on the keg thing and it sprung a leak, so they couldn't use it anymore. There was more keg beers at the festival than they've ever had before, because they've got 3 breweries now that all make keg in the Isle of Man, which is extremely rare. Previous breweries have all been cask breweries. And even those historical cask breweries are now making keg beers. So it's definitely slowly moving away from just cask. So previous years, I would have said it was like 95% cask and 5% keg. This year, it was probably more like 75 or 80% cask and 20 or 15%. No, 20 or 25% keg, so which was it's a massive change.
I reckon it's cool where you can get like when I've seen Craig out and about getting like the likes of like a track pale ale on cask. I just think that's cool.
They
I
don't do
wouldn't have ever
many
thought
track.
that was as yeah.
Yeah. Cloudwater do the same. Cloudwater stopped for a long. They said cask was dead about 5 years ago, and then about 3 years ago they started making cask again. So it showed it wasn't really dead. Um, they actually had a beer at the Alamo Festival. They had a porter on cask.
There's a question for you.
Mhm. Yeah, I've actually got a track mild in the fridge at the minute, but I didn't fancy it now because it's described as a Mexican cinnamon mild, and I didn't want to it potentially be chili and
A what?
cinnamon.
Mexican cinnamon mild.
Yes,
Wow.
3.9% from track. It's a collaboration with someone as well.
Yeah.
Mad. Yeah, but yeah, mild. You get a lot of standard miles. The big thing for the Alaman is their style is mild and oyster stouts. Oyster stouts are
Yeah.
massive in
Yeah.
the Alaman.
Yeah, I can tell
Just
that just from watching Slurpee's videos.
yeah,
There's
and they had a
so
spec.
many oyster stouts. It's like, what the fuck's going on?
It's a big port as well. They've got
Yeah.
like 3 ports on the island, so I get why it is. Um, one of the breweries did they called it a Celtic oyster stout, and it was bloody lovely. Um, but yeah, randomly, so Bushies, who always do the historical oyster stout, have started doing it on nitro, which is
Yeah.
mad. I didn't realize they had nitro equipment on the island, so it potentially is going to the mainland to be nitronized and coming back again on keg, which is crazy.
Mm.
And they're still charging £3.90 a pint. I don't understand how that works.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's a crazy island. The money as well. It's still pounds, but you can't spend Isle of Man money anywhere else. It's like Disney dollars. It's very strange.
Yeah.
You have to get rid of it before you leave the island, or swap it on the boat on the way
Yeah.
back. Because I accidentally found a 20, not this year, but 2 years ago when I came back, and for the life of me to try and get rid of it on the mainland was a task.
Maybe that's their way of getting people back to the island. They crack the shits. They can't get rid of the money, so they put it back in their wallet. And then, yeah, when they get back to England, they're like, oh, well, looks like we'll have to do another trip back to the island there.
Maybe,
Spend this guy.
yeah, maybe. But you can send English money there. Fine, there's
Yeah.
no problem spending English money there. And Scottish money. It's just you can't
Could you
spend.
buy, say, if you went to Bushy's website,
Yeah,
could you buy beers from them and have them sent to you in England?
no.
No.
So Bushies have only just started canning. So up on Harry's channel, probably in the next month or so, you're going to see he took a can of Bushy's smoked stout away with him, and he's going to
Yeah.
review that. It's a 5% smoked stout, and that's in a can. And that was the first. So that's Oakles, sorry, not Bushy's. Bushy's bottle, only bottle. Oakles can and bottle now. But yeah, there isn't the call for it. Bushies, I believe, don't even have a bottling line. They get it contract bottled on the mainland. But you can randomly get Bushies bottle beers in Gibraltar because they made a deal with the Gibraltar government about sending
Yeah.
a specific bitter over there.
Have you been to Gibraltar?
I haven't. My brother and my parents had. Yeah, we've got family friends out there. I've never been.
Yeah, it looks
Very.
amazing.
It's a weird thing because you just drive across a bridge from Spain and then suddenly you're not in Spain anymore. You're in technically in part of the UK.
Just all those like when you go hiking there and you're up in those real jagged cliff mountains and stuff, it just looks sick as.
Yeah, and the big Rock of Gibraltar.
Everything looks really steep. Like you'd want to be a fit bastard walking around there.
Yeah. Well, he's the friend of the family. He's a policeman over there. So imagine trying to chase criminals up those hills.
Fucking oath.
And they've got the monkeys as well, which is also a problem.
Yeah.
Nicking
sour is quite mouth-puckeringly.
Oh. What was the other flavour with the watermelon in it?
Lime.
Lime.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really like zingy, like real tart in your face.
Something's coming up now. That means it's my time to go soon.
Yeah. Yeah, what time is it there to be 5:41?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll have to chip off in about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Hopefully someone else can join you.
Oh, it doesn't worry me too much. If not, I'll just end it and I'll do some reviews later.
Well, if you still go at 10 o'clock.
This is exactly what I wanted, dude. I just wanted to kick on with someone that's worked out well.
Well, I've only had 4 beers before these two. And they were all pale ales. I had 3-track pale ales and a new brewery pale ale, extra pale ale, which I've not had before. There's a brewery called Tribune, and they're somewhere in Wales, and they've just come into Home Bargains, and it was an XPA, and I was just like, I'll just get that and have it, whatever. It's like 3.6 or something like that. So I've all been on low stuff. Although some of Track's pale ales, 5.2 for a pale. I'm like, is that a pale at 5.2, or is it like a session IPA? You're bordering on 6% IPA territory for me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like XPA to me shouldn't be that low. And XPA is meant to be sort of like a bigger pale ale.
No, XPA is extra pale ale, so it's extra pale.
Is that what it's referring to? Just the colour?
The colour, yeah. So
I always thought that an XPA was like an Australian term, and it generally meant that it was a bit more to it, like than a pale. So it was a bit more hoppy, bit more body, bit more like malty, sort of than the standard pale. Like,
no,
yeah.
They put extra.
Always been a confusing sort of term.
Yeah, they put only light malts in. There's never like caramel or anything like that ever goes in it. It's always all light malts.
Yeah,
you want to get it as light as possible. The pale ale thing annoys me anyway, because pale ale is supposed to be malt forward, and an IPA is hop forward, and that hoppy pale thing shouldn't exist. That's a session IPA.
Session IPAs never have any hops in them. They're fucking shit.
I know, but they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be low ABV and hoppy.
I hate session IPAs. I reckon every time I see the word session IPA, I'm just like, nah, I'm not bothering with that.
But I bet you love a hoppy pale ale.
I reckon I've only ever had about 4 that have tasted decent. I had one, funnily enough, I had one from Anchorage of all breweries, and it was fucking phenomenal because it tasted like a big punchy IPA. So I was impressed by it. I'm like, yes, this is the session I want. Yeah, most session IPAs, like, it's this shit watered down fucking light malt, and then you get fuck all hops. It's just like, I just don't see the point in them.
No, you should.
You
You should be.
you may as well have a alcohol-free
I,
IPA.
you should right. So whenever they say West Coast Pale, I go, well, no, it's not a West Coast Pale, because if it was a West Coast Pale, you wouldn't know it was a West Coast Pale, because it would be malt forward and there'd be no hops, so you wouldn't be able to define it as West Coast. What you've really got is a West Coast session IPA.
Yeah.
Just
So what would be okay? Here's one for you. What is your sort of ideal? What are your ideal characteristics in like a hazy and then a westy?
so a
Like, what
hazy
is
for
it that
me
you want? What is it that you want in those two styles?
should be hazy. Should be fruit forward. It should
Mm,
be bittersweet, not complete. Not like it's you're going to remove your teeth. It's that sweet. That's
yeah,
not. That's not an IPA. It should be a balance between bitter and sweet. It still should have a little bit of bitterness, not a lot, just a little bit of bitterness, just to balance the sweet out. There should be
yep,
some malt there, but it's not the overriding character. The overriding character is the hops. So anything, whatever hop you put in there, that whatever characteristics you get from that hop, they should be there. But New England hops, or hops that are used for New England IPAs, are always fruit forward. So that's where you get that fruit forward from. For
yep,
West Coast, for me, the only fruit you should be getting is orange, and it should be bitter at the end. It should be a marmalade and then a bitter finish.
yeah. See, when it comes to westies, I'm all for citrus fruit. I don't want anything else.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want a lemon Westie. That'd be weird.
Nah, but when I think citrus, I think more like orange, grapefruit, tangerine.
Yeah, but I think tangerine belongs more in New England. I don't. I think
Yeah,
you want that navel bitter orange.
yeah, yeah,
Um, and again, Westie should be clear. If I'm seeing a
yeah,
West Coast that's not clear, not a West Coast.
yeah. I like my Westies. I like them to be orange in color, so you get that caramel toffee and
Yeah.
bready base. I don't like a fucking pale straw West Coast. It's like, nah, I don't want that modernized shit. Um, yeah, you want it to be sort of initially sweet, like from the malt, but you want it to finish like dry and bitter and maybe
Yeah.
some dankness as well. Yeah, sometimes even the mouthfeel, like the body, can confuse. Like I had a Westie today that I really enjoyed, but it had the body and mouthfeel of a hazy. Like it was really strange. It was like really sort of smooth, and you know what? How Westies are normally heaps different, but it seemed to work because it was more of a modern Westie that had tropical hop like
Hmm.
characteristics at the front, sort of thing. So it actually worked in that way. Yeah, I can't get. This is like, yeah, really over the top sour. This beer, it's quite good.
Yeah. I had. So I know I mentioned on the chat in your earlier live about the new series from Asvex, the Project Genome for 2026. When we came back from the Isle of Man, we went to Asvex on the way home, and the two, we had three of the beers that are out, and one of the beers was an IPA, but it wasn't available on draft, so we had to have it. We shared it in a can. The other two were two of the sours, so it was the Arbus collab, and it was the 450 North collab. Um, so that's I think it's 1, 2, and 3, and then 4 is missing at the minute because there's a problem with the brewing. And 5 has just come out, which is going to be the One Drop collab number 5, and I've heard that there's going to be a 6th one as well. So I don't know what the problem is with number 4. I'm assuming that's the Impy. That's why it's taking longer. So 6 is going to be another Dipper, but the Dipper that's number 2, which we had in a can, was with Raw Brewing, and that was easily the best beer out of the 2 of them. The other 2 were so thick and so sweet. When you say about that watermelon sour being sour, I miss sours that are sour. These were very sweet sours, which is for me is an oxymoron. You shouldn't have. It shouldn't be. I shouldn't feel like I'm getting diabetes while I'm drinking it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the One Drop isn't that like that as well. I'm hoping that it's got a sour finish, because these other 2 didn't. And we had they've done a collaboration with, not part of the series, but a separate collaboration with Droid Theory, and they've done a coconut cream imperial stout, and that was again too sour.
Coconut cream. Woo!
It was just so sour. I just couldn't. You couldn't finish. I couldn't. I don't know how you did a can. I barely finished a third of it.
Yeah, I've got one drop in the fridge. Normally I've got a couple going on, but I got to a stage where I'd sort of probably bought too many in a row, and they were just building up and building up. So I thought I'll take a few weeks off them, and then if I want more, I'll get more down the track. I can't remember what the one is I have in the fridge. I've got a feeling it might be like berry forward.
I was very impressed with their IPAs. I think I said that on the review I posted. The IPAs were really good.
Yeah, whatever that clean fusion thing they have going on, it works. Whatever it is.
I wish they brought more over, but I've had a little look at the ones that they're bringing over next, and they're all sours and 1 Impy. So it's just like, bring over the IPAs, please.
But have you tried a Westie from them or just hazies? Yeah, they do a good Westie as well.
The 2 IPAs that I reviewed with the 2 IPAs that they brought over last time, and that was the only IPAs they brought over. So that was the what's the name cream?
Yeah,
Tallahassee Creamer.
American. Yeah.
And the other one that we reviewed, which was the single hop one. That was it. They didn't bring anything else over. Silly, really, just silly. And I say the next lot are all sours and 1 stout. They brought 2 stouts over last time. They're not doing that this time.
Yeah, it was the one that we had. Was it like Liquid Motueka or something like that?
Yeah.
Very spritzy number. It was like lemon and lime, and
it was lovely. I say I was very impressed. I was impressed with Big Bad Wolf, and Peter was singing the praises of the other and Peter brought over. I didn't have that one, the chocolate one. And the guy in the top hat, Mr. Something. But yeah, no, it's just going to be all sours. And I do like a sour now and again, but I like them to be sour. And we've already got Vault City and Azvex doing the same thing over here. No offense to One Drop, I want sours. Oh. You all right?
Yeah, just like
pull the muscle.
Stretching, slightly tired, hungry, thirsty.
Well, I'm gonna have
regathering my thoughts.
I'm gonna have to go in a minute.
Cheers, Angus.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I honestly feel like it's one of those beers created by the breweries to make profit on. They skimp on ingredients. Because they'll charge you the same price for like an IPA as a session. It's got fucking half the flavour. You can just tell that there's half the amount of hops and malt in it. It's like, why does it still cost me fucking $10.50?
This slightly cheaper here, but that's only because our alcohol duty tax works based off ABV.
Mm.
So you save a bit, but you're saving. It's because the company is saving money on tax. So that's
what about saving money with that?
They're quite expensive. And we're still getting them in the cans and the stubbies though.
One thing that was awesome, I don't know if you've been watching. Did I recommend Boydo to you?
Yeah, I don't think I've found him on YouTube though.
Yeah, so what's happened is it recently did a Aussie macro side by side wine tasting, and he was real cocky going into it, going, "Oh, I'm more of a macro guy than a craft guy. I love Carlton Draft. I feel like this is going to be easy." And he went in there so cocky, he got none out of 5. Didn't get one of them right. Fucked it up completely. And he was saying how they just all tasted too similar. So he had Carlton Draft, VB, that Han that you like, 4X Gold, and
Han
something else.
Superdry. It's
So there
brilliant.
was 5 beers, and he didn't get any of them right. And he goes, "Oh, I'm not normally a fan of Han Superdry, but he's like, this has got to be the best one I've ever tasted."
It's fucking right, he is.
But like his Carlton draft, I think, ended up being VB, and he always slags off VB. And then like his VB was like Carlton Dry, and like he just had it completely fucked, and he was real pissed off about it. So they did a redemption round just recently. Went and did it again. There was 5 beers, but there was like one different this time. And yeah, anyway, he only got after he blamed sickness and having the flu and all this other shit. He still only got 1 out of 5.
You say the Han Superdry was the best one?
I think the one he got right this time was it was one of the lighter ones. Yeah, Tui's, I think, or something like that, because it was just easy to tell it was the lighter option out of the 5.
That was the worst one, I thought, when I was over there. Tui's new. That was just yeah.
It's
Still not as bad
definitely
as
a
Carling.
Sydney beer. If you were down in Melbourne, you wouldn't see Tui's anywhere.
It's none of them are as bad as Carling. Carling is fucking diabolical.
Yeah. I'll never forget when I went to Aldi and they had Carling there, and I'm like, I know it's going to be shit, but I'll still get it. And it was a fresh can. Like, it was only like a couple of, I think it was like 2 months old or something. Considering it's this supermarket and it's Australia and that other side of the world, I thought that was pretty good. And yeah, when I reviewed it, I rated it about as what I do with half the Vietnamese, like Cambodian type beers. They're fucking trash. And I reckon that was just as bad as some of them.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go, mate. I'm out of beer and I'm falling asleep now.
Yeah, no.
Sorry to...
Plus, you're got to be careful with the.
yeah.
Don't want to wake up the other half.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, no, thanks for joining.
Cheers for inviting us.
I'll probably just kick on for a little bit, decide what I'm going to do.
No worries. I'll see you later, mate.
Later, bro. Angus. I'm going with the VB now, brother. I want to do that Tui's new, Tui's old, like 50-50 spread. I just think it'd be interesting. Like, yeah, going a light beer with a dark beer and combining the two. You know how much I love my cuvées. So yeah, me and Adam have known each other for a few years now, just both being part of. I sort of got into the UK scene just as a viewer and just being in their streams and always talking shit. I'd always be the one that was like, in a lot of their streams and giving them shit and like just I don't know, talking beers and expressing my knowledge. But yeah, it's like it was great. Like got to know a lot of them really well, and yeah, it's funny. Some of the guys that used to do reviews in the UK and the US, I like looked up to, sort of seen them as like I don't know, like idols, like rock stars, and then and then all of a sudden you're mates with them. Like it's funny how it works. Yeah, black and tan. Yep, fucking oath. Those of you still watching, hit that thumbs up if you can. That'd be appreciated. So yeah, I'm sort of at that stage. It's like, what do I want to do now? Do I want to just keep going with this, or crack? I could do another beer review. Cheers, Drance. Good to see you, bro. So yeah, I just had a mate on from Liverpool. We were just sharing a few beers and having a chat, just as a sort of a random hangout. And yeah, obviously because of the time difference, he's had to go. It's like fucking the sun was coming up where he was. So yeah, now I'm sort of at that crossroads where wondering what to do next. But I've just cracked a VB, so cheers. Oh, cool. When he was speaking, was the the lingo similar to what you like certain things you say? I've noticed they always go um um. Yeah, Adam's from. He lives on the east side of town. I think he's about 15 minutes, 20 minutes outside of the centre. Can't remember the name of the area, but I probably wouldn't name it anyway, just out of his own privacy. I just know he lives on that east side somewhere. He's got a channel. So yeah, his channel's called Mersey Beers. Um, get around it if you want. He doesn't go live very often, but yeah, when he does, it's always good. He's one of those people who will tell you to unsubscribe to him and give him a dislike instead of a like. But nah, real good bloke. And yeah, he's the only beer tuber that I've met in real life so far. So that was pretty cool. He come out to Australia with his missus for a trip. And yeah, he obviously thought, well, the one person I know and want to have a beer with is Sammy down in Victoria. So we caught up in Melbourne and did a couple of breweries and bars together, and it was great. It's just cool when you meet people in real life and they're exactly how you see them, like online. It's like it's the first time you're meeting them, but you feel like you've been mates like for ages, sort of thing. And that's what it was like. It's only 3 o'clock in the arvo. It feels later. So what's people up to? He's drinking. I'm jealous of all these Sydney guys having beers at these great breweries that are my favourites, and acquiring free T-shirts. Cool. Yep. Yeah, man. Get into it. Let me know what you think when you try it. I'd be interested to know. I reckon if you're gonna get it through the brewery, get a 4-pack of that, and get the glass with it. I just think it's a good deal. The glass looks fucking amazing. Makes for a good photo. The freshly poured Melbourne Black in the fresh glassware. And yeah, it's like a big durable glass that you use for heaps of beers. Just chilling at home. I broke one of my VB glasses. Thankfully, I bought them in a 4-pack. I was like, I really want a VB glass. It's my favorite macro beer. I'm always drinking it. It just would look good drinking out of a VB glass. And I went on their website and they didn't have any singular. And I'm like, I don't really want 4 glasses. And they had it at a reduced price. I'm like, fuck it, I'll get it. And then, yeah, I reckon I broke the first one after a few weeks. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad I bought that 4-pack. Yeah, cool, dude. Yeah. Any old school beer adverts are awesome. One thing I might do first before I decide what I'm going to do is go to the toilets. I'm busted. So I will be back in a jiffy. Sorry, legends. The old the old beer adverts. For a hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer, and the best cold beer is Vic. Yeah, the old dogs held me up. It's always the case. Having that huge backyard, they'll go right down the back. It's just like, oh, come on, I don't have time for this shit. Ugh. Surprisingly, this is hitting the spot. I don't want the weekend to end. It'd be awesome if you lived a life where you still get paid and you go to work, but it gets to your weekend and you live your weekend and you get to Sunday night. And then when you wake up to go to work on the Monday morning, it just keeps going back to Friday night. And you just get to keep reliving your weekend and changing it up. But like you're still getting paid regularly. We can only dream. So what have I had so far today? I had a hazy double IPA to start off the day. That was the review I did first. And then I had this sour by Boat Rocker. And I've had the dark lager, wherever that is. I can't find it, but I had a dark lager by Blackman's, and that was the hazy double IPA I reviewed. Always cool can artwork, good old Co-Cons out of Brunswick. Yeah, and now I've had a VB. Funny thing is, I haven't had that much to drink, but I feel quite lubricated. I haven't had much to eat, so that probably doesn't help. Oh, fuck that. Yeah, so you would have been working similar hours to me where you're right around the clock, but you only got one day off every fortnight. Yeah, that would have been fucked. I have done similar, but not regularly. But yeah, I used to do a split shift between a rotating shift between 3 weeks where you'd start at 6 or 5 a.m. in the morning and work till 2. Then the following week you'd do overnights, so you'd work 2 in the arvo till 10 o'clock at night. I mean, sorry, overnights would be 10 o'clock at night till 6 a.m. in the morning. And then the week after that, you'd be afternoons. So you'd always go mornings, nights, afternoons, mornings, nights, afternoons. And yeah, it takes a fucking massive toll on you, like mentally and physically. Starts fucking with your sleep and even just like food, like you can't have your meals at normal times and it's hard to have a structure. So yeah, especially like if you play a sport or you go into the gym or just anything outside of work's a fucking pain in the ass. So yeah, it sets you up to become lazy, I reckon. and like especially when it comes to doing chores and that, it's like you're just so knackered all the time. You can't be fucked. Yeah, when I was on Arvos, that was the worst. Like you'd get home late at night, and then you'd like stay up for a few hours because you didn't want to go to bed and have to go back to work straight away. And then because you'd stay up till late, then you'd sleep in, and then you'd just be back at work, and you felt like you had no time to get anything done, like in your own time. But yeah, ever since I've been in the job I'm in now, I've had most weekends off, thankfully. Yeah. What area do you live in, dude? You're still in Sydney now? I think you told me, but I really want to go back there for a sesh. I'm just a huge fan of that whole Marrickville area. It's so cool. Newtown's awesome. Yeah, there's just so many cool places I want to explore there. I want to go back to White Bay. White Bay was sort of in the Balmain area. Yeah. Yeah, last time I was there, I was staying like real close to not far from Central Station. There's an old theatre called fuck, I can't remember the name of it, but you pretty much walk through the Central Station across the nearby park, and it was right there about a block away. There's an old theatre, and then they've got this old hotel that's connected to the theatre. It's really cool. I got it for a real good price as well. Um, the Enmore is nearby. Yeah, cool. Enmore's like the music joint, isn't it? The theatre. If I looked at a map, I'd be able to sort of tell you the area I was practically. I'm pretty sure it. I don't know if it's Surrey Hills or one of those names, but yeah, a lot of the areas in the city, it feels like you're still in the city, but they have particular names. Like, what's that one? There's one that starts with U, Ultimo or something like that. I'm like, what the fuck is this suburb? Ultimo. Cheers, Ted. Obviously not a fan of Liverpool or Stevie G. Yeah, I had one of my mates up before on the panel. He's from Liverpool. And yeah, that was just the first thing I thought of, Stevie G. So I put it up as a thumbnail. Gerard. Yeah, I found it pretty easy getting around in that when I was in Sydney. One thing I love, one of the greatest things ever, I walked out the front of my hotel, walked about 20 metres to the left. There was buses there. I had a quick look at the buses and it said there was a particular number that went to Marrickville. And I thought, fuck it, I'll just get on one of these buses instead of getting the train and just see where it takes me. and it was driving through Newtown and that. I'm like, yeah, baby, we're going in the right direction. And then all of a sudden, I seen Bracket Brewing right up ahead, and it stopped. Like I hit the fucking thing to get it to stop. And then, yeah, it stopped right at the front of Bracket Brewing. I'm like, it couldn't have got any more perfect. I remember the bus driver went off at me because I must have scanned my, you have the fucking, I don't know what you call them in Sydney. In Melbourne, they're called Mikeys. In Sydney, I've got the whatever it's called. I just can't remember the name of it. But I scanned it before the bus stopped and he was going off. I just got excited because I was like, I got to get off here. He was going off at me like like in front of everyone, like I was a naughty kid in a classroom. Newtown, yeah. Opal, that's it. Yeah, I've got the Melbourne one, the Sydney one, and the Brisbane one. Yeah, I want to try that beer, bro. I want to try that beer so bad. Oh no, you said Goodland. Nah, the range one I want to try is they've got one with this American brewery. It's like a West Coast that was set up by someone in their passion for like a band or some shit. What's the Goodland one? What type of beer is that? How have you found the freestyle beers? I haven't checked them out yet. I know Matt's had all of his. Matt said he liked most of them. He said he was a big fan of the barley wine, and he really liked all the higher ABV IPAs. What's it like where you are, bro? It's cold. It's been getting fucking freezing here at night time. Like abnormally cold. Like they've even been talking about it in the media and stuff. So I was just thinking I was being a sook, going, "Fuck, it's cold. What's going on?" But yeah, apparently it's like some of the coldest weather we've had during this sort of time of the year in a long time. Who knew that VB had such a smooth and creamy mouthfeel? Yeah. Oh well, we've got a heap of machetes. At least we'll be able to carve the ice. I heard there's been more attacks this week, and they've kept it under wraps. Fucking cunts. Ugh, shit. Should I crack another VB? Y or N in the chat? God, that's all right. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I missed out on that one. Yeah, the one I'm excited about because I've seen Ali talking about it recently, just in the last few days. They've done some collab of a big like Westie with a Californian brewery. I'm like, ooh, baby, I gotta get a hold of that one. Any more yeses or nos for VB? More VB for Sammy. Should I kick on? It definitely feels later than what it is. That's a good thing. Means I've got more of the weekend to enjoy. Hit that thumbs up too if you haven't already. What's going on, Angus? You're the only one so far. Where are the peeps at? Come on. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the Californian brewery, but apparently one of the range guys was a massive fan of this brewery and's been following their journey for ages. And then they collaborated with one of his favourite bands. So then he was extremely excited. And then he must have messaged the brewery saying that he knew that we worked for I don't know if he worked for him or what, but yeah, worked for Range and said that he really would love to see them working together. And he's been a fan of their stuff for ages. And the fact that they worked with his favourite band, it made him want to meet him even more. Then all of a sudden, he's sort of made it happen. It's all come to fruition. Yeah, that always sucks. Hey, Sammy, what was your fave brewery in terms of aesthetics and good vibes? Mine is Young Henry Filter Batch. Ah, yeah. I would have Filter up there. I would have Young Henry's up there. And I'd probably say, just from what I've experienced, I'd probably say Grifter. Um, yeah, when it comes to those Sydney breweries, anyway. One thing I was really disappointed when I went to Village. I just thought I like the layout of the building, like what it all like that barnyard sort of feel. I just something about the staff. They just didn't seem like people that were into what they were doing. It was a real shame because like you think of mountain culture and how passionate DJ and Harriet and the team are, like Pat and that. And when I went to that village location, I was turned off. As a big fan of mountain culture, I was like, this place is shit. And like, I wanted to, when I went there for wildflower beers, they only had their two beers they have everywhere. It's like, if you're making the effort to go to a brewery's facility, at least have options for people to drink. Don't just fucking slap up the two basic options that you do everywhere else. So yeah, I was real disappointed with Village. But yeah, as far as just when I've been to the Marrickville area, like I've been twice now. Bracket's sort of always been pretty chilled, like yeah, like not a huge amount of people. People are just there for the product and then to sort of move on and go somewhere else. Kicks had that. Kicks had more of that sort of neighbourhood vibe. Like you could see people going to Kicks and actually hanging there for the whole session. Whereas I feel like Bracket was the sort of place people would just go for maybe two beers and pack it up and go somewhere else. But yeah, when I went to Grifter had that real like party element, like everyone was really digging it and happy to kick on there for hours. And they had like basketball and like good music going and like food and yeah. I just felt like Grifter, the ambiance was pretty good. Um yeah, when I went to Filter, I went on I think it was a Sunday afternoon. We went for like pizzas and yeah, I found that pretty decent. It was like just being at a cool bar. And then yeah, like Future. Future was pretty quiet when I was there, but Brady's a great bloke. He's just probably a little bit shy. Um, you can tell he's the brewer though. Like he's obviously the owner of the business and stuff, but yeah, you can just tell with some brewers and that they're more hands-on brewer types. They're not real friendly, over the top people sort of thing. So yeah, it's like I feel like if you had someone that was real outgoing and like I don't know what his wife's like. I've never seen her, but I feel like when it comes to welcoming people into the brewery and that Brady's probably he's good, but he's probably not the ideal person for that role. They need someone that really like gets you in and gets you feeling like really, really settled and like yeah, you've had like I don't know that just that experience of like a warm welcome. Like oh yeah, I really Brady was great and I got on real well with him, but yeah, you can just tell he's just not a super outgoing person. And there's nothing wrong with that. Um, yeah, just the layout of it was like a little bit sort of, it had that sort of cold and dark sort of feel to it. But yeah, I've only, only been there once. And then, yeah, I haven't, when I went to what's it called? The mixtape or whatever it is. When I went there the first time, that place was pumping. Yeah, food should be at every venue. Yeah, true. Yeah, yeah, I love Brady. Would you agree though that he's not that like over the top? Like you can tell when it comes to speaking and customer service and that he's a little bit shy. It doesn't come like it doesn't come naturally to him to just break out into conversation and like yeah, if you get what I mean. Like there's just those certain people that have the gift of the gab and they can talk to everyone and make it look real easy and all that sort of thing. Whereas there's people like him, you can tell they sort of have to like struggle a bit and put themselves in a uncomfortable situation to sort of just to make people feel welcome. And I mean, it probably changes throughout a night, like or with time anyway. It would. Yeah, introvert. Yeah, exactly. And like I fucking love Future. I'll back them up every day of the week. They're one of my favourite breweries. But that's just I just think when it comes to their front of house, I reckon I think it's great that Brady works the bar and when you get to know him and that he'll have a chat to you and stuff. But I feel like it's almost like they need someone else in there to sort of welcome people in. It might be this. It might be the case. As I said, I've only been there once, but they just need that. Whether it be a guy or a girl that's passionate about what they're doing and really happy and how you going, guys? Come check us out. Try this beer. You'll love it. You won't turn back. Plus, we got this great food and they just need someone that really makes you feel welcome when you first get there. Yeah, I like with Young Henry's how it's got that like rock and roll vibe to it. It's definitely down my alley. So yeah, let's crack another VB, shall we? I also like both the atmospheres at One Drop and Slow Lane. I like Slow Lane how it's just a really um like the fact they've got all the barrels sitting there and it's sort of a basic looking building, but it's like it's got that elegance about it inside. And it's sort of all open and that. I don't know. I think it's a pretty cool little venue. One Drop's obviously decent. I like with One Drop how they've got the whole Bob Marley theme going on, and it's like plenty of sunlight coming through and plants and shit. It's pretty cool. I think they've generally got food going out the back. I think when I was there last, they had I think they were tacos or something. Some sort of like Mexican or South American they had going. And whatever it was, I asked for super hot and got it. And I remember we went from there to maybe Brackett. And I was sitting in the taxi or the Uber or whatever it was. And I just remember the fucking mouth burning. I haven't even taken my tablets yet, and the bloody booze is already ripping through me. Have you been to White Bay, Craig, or Akasha? One Sydney brewery you don't hear about anymore is that Modus Operandi. They're I think they pissed a few people off. I'm just going to go the Lou again, legends. Apologies. And we're live. I was just quickly watching Ben Roberts-Smith, the latest from him. Like it was on a short. God, it's just so frustrating the way he's been treated. It's fucking bullshit. He looks like he's aged really quick. Like just in the last few years, he's had so much stress. It's like just made him age really fast. Oh yeah, there was a Balmain beer there for a while, wasn't there? Cheers, Angus. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Yeah, that Balmain beer, I wonder if it's still going. I remember seeing it back in the day. But yeah, White Bay are in that Balmain area too. I remember when we went there, we went over one of the major bridges. It wasn't the Sydney Harbour, it was another one. And yeah, I was like just thinking, fuck, this is such a good area here. Yeah, same. I was the same, bro. I just yeah, I think because of my knowledge of beer and just wanting to know all about his product and that, I think yeah, I made him. I I don't want to sound like a cocky fucker, but I feel like I make it easier for other people to come out of their shell and speak. And like, yeah, I sort of feel like I can build friendships with people pretty fast. And yeah, I got him going pretty quickly. And yeah, there was another guy there as well. He was like a Sydney craft beer guy. And yeah, between the three of us, we are just talking heaps of shit. And yeah, like by the end, it's like, oh, I'll catch you, bro. Like he's like, oh, enjoy your Parkway Drive gig. And then he's like, sent me a message later on going, oh, I enjoy the concert. Like, thanks for coming in today. It was good to meet you. And all like, yeah, he's a great bloke. And I keep like every now and then I'll sort of keep in touch, just send a little message and say I can't wait to come back and or I'll big him up about one of the beers he's done or whatever. Yeah, he's ripper bloke. We are talking about music as well because every now and then a song would come on and I'll be like, oh, Silverchair. Just getting right into it. And yeah, talking about footy because he's actually more of an AFL guy than NRL. He's talking about the Giants and the Swans and that more than the rugby. I'm like, oh, I'm surprised you're more into your footy. He goes, oh, well, I think he said something about spending. Is he originally from WA or he spent a lot of time over there? Yeah, I heard White Bay and Hawkers Brewery in Melbourne have like sort of done like a merger sort of thing. I'm not sure about this Sydney brewery. They feel it seems to me like they're I don't know, probably a brewery that's owned by someone that's got heaps of money and they're not really a proper craft brewery. Iron Maiden are touring with Megadeth or a Def Leppard part of that as well. Because Iron Maiden are doing another tour in Australia and Megadeth are their support act. And it's going to be Megadeth's last tour. But yeah, Def Leppard, I had heard they were touring, but I think that's separate again. I'm keen as for these freestyle beers, boys. I mean, if I can take a photo of them tonight, I might even do a few tonight, just whether my camera allows it or not. It'd be good to get started on them. I'm thinking I might, because I've got 8 of them, I'm thinking I might do sort of like a 3-part thing where I do a couple at once. Don't know. Yeah, I've got Fight Club. I've got the whatever the Tenacious D one is. I've got the 2 West Coast ones. I've got the red IPA. I've got the black IPA. I've got the barley wine. I've got 8 all up. Cheers, Keith. Just on the VB, mate. I've had a couple of crafties earlier, but we're on the basic shit now, bro. I had Adam from Mersey Beers on before. Was talking shit. But yeah, probably going to wrap it up soon, and I'll probably do a review or something at some stage. Got to organise some dinner shortly. It is only 4 o'clock, but I haven't had lunch, so it's sort of that. Do I, yeah, sort of have something now that's sort of in between lunch and dinner, or do I just wait and just yeah? But yeah, I've got a couple of things I need to do, so it's good hanging out with Adam for a while. So yeah, I did a beer review, and then there's a couple of people sort of saying they wanted to keep going, and I was keen, so I just started up this live, and it was just me and Adam hanging out at first, and yeah, obviously because he's based in the UK, he started getting it was like the sun was coming up, it was real late, so he left and felt bad. I'm like, don't feel bad about it, bro. I'm just gonna have 1 or 2 more beers and then I'll end it, and then yeah, I'll sort something out later because yeah, obviously it's sort of mid-afternoon here, so yeah, for sure. That's what I thought. You're doing no, I won't do all 8 of them. No way. I could probably do it if it was like a Friday session or something, but no, if I'm gonna do some of those freestyle beers, I'll probably do like 2 or 3 in one go. So yeah, that's one thing to think of before it gets dark is trying to get out there and get a photo. I fucking need a new phone so bad. So this is how fucked my phone is. Just if I want to take a thumbnail to do a beer review, I can't just use normal camera because it keeps coming up iPhone storage full, all that crap. So then you go onto Instagram and you try and do it there through Messenger, doesn't let you do it. You try and do it through your story and it'll keep coming up that you don't have access, but it's more of a storage thing. And then you'll finally get through and it'll let you do it. You'll take maybe 1 or 2 photos and then it'll come up with the storage thing again. And then you got to waste another fucking half hour, an hour or so just trying to send it back through so I can get it on my laptop. It's just been a fucking nightmare. So I would suggest to anyone if they buy a fucking new phone these days, as soon as you get a big collective of photos, just transfer it over to a laptop or something straight away. Don't like sit on it and then just keep hitting that it's okay that you're allowing the storage to go through and that because it just ends up fucking your phone. I just feel like my phone now, it's like I'm never going to get stuff off it because it's just so slow and It's almost like all the photos and that are trapped on it and you can't get them off. Because I've tried to do it through a cable to the laptop, won't work. Yeah, it's fucking pain in the ass. Yeah, I had the first edition, but second edition is currently waiting for me at the post office amongst their other beers. Yeah, it's bullshit. You go to all this effort. I've completely deleted probably the 5 biggest apps on my phone and a shitload of photos and like messages and that, and it just still keeps coming up as full balance. And all of a sudden, I've got a sore head and want to smack Big Robert in the head. Yeah, mine's definitely on its last legs. I get so sick of all the shit messages and that you get. I just preferred the days with phones where you got if you were desperate for more room, you'd just buy a big memory card and put that in there, and you never really had to worry about it. It was more just the battery. They've got so many good things now for batteries, you can sort of sort that out pretty quick. What the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. Like if I can get some photos of them soon, I'm keen as to try even just 2 of them tonight. I'm going to cook up some satay chicken noodles tonight, I think. Yep. It's just such a cool lineup. I feel like a lot of times people will have a red IPA and they sort of they undervalue it. I think in today's world, a lot of people have a red IPA and just be like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. Ah. Stretching it. Yeah. Working Title do really well with their hop forward stuff. I still think Working Title one of those breweries that they're still trying to get better with their hazies, but yeah, I think they're really good with Westies, like reds, blacks, browns, like any of that stuff. Yeah, quite often I've had stouts from them and been really good. Yeah, fucking oath. I reckon I'm going to wrap it up there, legends. I'll come back a little later with a review of something. Maybe a multi review. I'll see how I go with this phone. But yeah, I feel like with these freestyle beers, they've just got their own sort of name and identity. It's like if I can do a couple on the channel just to, I don't know, sort of resemble how good they are. I feel like I'm talking gibberish, like I'm drunk. Cheers, Drance. Good question. Good question. I feel like Stan had more of an impact, but Kevin's brash behaviour was elite level. Yeah, cheers, boys. That's what I might do, I think. I'm going to go get, if there's a bit of sun out there, I'm going to go get a little bit of sun for maybe half hour or so. I need to have something to eat and then I'm going to be back. I'll do a review of something at some stage. Yeah. Cheers, lads. Hit the thumbs up, boys, if you haven't already. We'll see you a little bit later.